Now, Freaky Tales.
With R. Kelly, musically, you could kind of cut him out, right?
Did you get your shots?
He has a lot of songs that, like R. Kelly has a lot of songs with his name, with his voice on it.
Yeah.
You cut that out. Some of the songs that he's written, maybe you can't cut out, but it doesn't strike attention to where everybody knows every song that R. Kelly's written, right? You could kind of dim his celebrity that way. Puff, there's Biggie songs with his ad-lib on it. There's 112 songs with his ad-lib on it. There's Mary J. Blige songs with his ad-libs. He did the beat. It's much, much, much harder to cut him out of.
Yo, but didn't he give people his masters?
No, not the master recording. He gave them their publishing back. That's just only.
That's why we need you, cool.
That's only one side. That's only one side of the credit. Only one side of it. There's the master copies. If any.
So what's the difference between masters and pub?
So the master copy is the show when you're done with it. When you're done with it and you have the only copy of it on this computer.
Yeah,
that's the master copy.
That's the master.
So the publishing is whoever wrote the record. Whoever wrote the record has what you call publishing, or it's kind of like I'm trying to figure out how to explain it to you in a faster way. Your publisher is like when publishing a book, somebody who puts out the book for you, kind of sort of.
How does it work with ghostwriters?
They usually give that part up. They just get paid to write.
Okay, they get a flat fee.
They get a flat fee, depending on who they are. If they're super dope, then they may get.
Has there ever been a ghostwriter that went back for their publishing?
You can't really do that, man. You've already signed.
If you gave it away.
Well, you signed. We can't do that.
No. Like say for instance, if we in the studio and you be like, all right, I'm gonna write the record.
Yeah,
for
nothing
you.
is done without.
And I say, yo, all right, I give you 10,000 to write the record.
Okay,
that's your pay for hire. Now,
but
I'm taking 100% of the publishing.
But in an era that we saw every hip hop artist say that they got jerked on their first deal. Since when do we honor contracts? Like they complained.
No.
For 20 years that they signed bad contracts, so that people were being predatory because
that doesn't matter.
They went to the hood and they paid poor kids $10,000, $20,000 for their
GB.
Please, tell me the difference.
That's the music business. That's what the
business is. What's the difference?
I mean, when you go into Mickey D's, they
pay. Why is one thing,
my nigga? When you get a job at Mickey, not you, but when a person gets a job, when the person goes into Mickey D's and they get paid to flip a burger, they don't come back and ask for steak in the burgers that they flip.
So what's the difference? So when the Locks felt like they were being jerked by Puff, what's the difference?
No, they want it because it's obvious. It's obvious that
it's not obvious
because they took the short end of the stick.
They took the short.
But you took the short end of the stick by sending. If I write you a record and you give me $10,000, but this record goes on to make hundreds of millions of dollars, I took the short end of the stick.
Yes.
What is the difference?
But
you're saying it's an unwritten rule. You're saying one thing.
It's not unwritten. No, nobody said nothing's unwritten. We're talking about things that are written. These are written. This is like on the books, right?
Right.
You took the 10,000.
Yes.
Now you see, like, oh, Ron got that record that he making millions on. I wrote that record.
Yeah.
He only paid me 10,000.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Greg. Yeah, you took the 10.
But why isn't it like that when I signed a bad contract?
Like what?
Puff is notorious for signing people to bad contracts.
No, okay, let's
the whole industry was looked at.
GB.
When I signed, I'm sorry. You signed in my label. I say, yo, I'll give you $50,000 advance.
Yeah.
But you don't know that's for your first album. That's for part of your publishing. That's that $50,000 I'm giving you as an advance.
Yeah.
I'm buying your shit.
Okay.
So now when you do your album, now you don't get no publishing off your album. You got that 50,000. You got the money up front. You got some money.
It's still a car. It's still a car. So why?
Now you didn't know. You didn't know.
Oh,
you didn't know. You didn't know.
You didn't know.
You signed the contract I gave you with no lawyer, nothing like that, or the lawyer told you.
So it's
and you said, "Yo, I want."
It's the music. It's the music. That's the music business.
If your lawyer,
I'm just trying to understand why is one thing acceptable and why
if your lawyer tells you,
the other thing is not acceptable.
Yo, he's gonna give you 50,000.
Yeah.
But he's gonna take your publishing.
Right.
And you be like, nah, I want that 50,000. You don't say, nah, I want my publishing. Then that's you signed the contract.
Right.
So now I got your publishing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And then now, after you do the album, we sell some records, and you be like, yo, I'm not making no money off my album.
Right.
I got your publishing.
Got the publishing.
Yeah.
Right. But
so why is one thing?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you keep saying that for? What do you mean? What are you saying? What's one thing?
Yo, it was always the whole 2000s. All the rappers came back. Nori came back. Everybody came back
because they're complaining.
Because
they're complaining.
But no one ever complained about getting a bad ghostwriter deal.
Because ghostwriters are already under the impression.
Yeah.
The only reason why Nori's complaining because not Nori. The only reason why a person like Nori would complain is because Nori is out there sweating his ass off to do these shows, to do this, to do that while the record is going and he's not reciprocating. A ghostwriter simply sat in the studio long enough to write the record and got the fuck out of there. They're no longer connected to it.
His work,
but they're no longer connected
crazy.
to it. They when they came in there, they came in there under the impression that I'm getting paid for hire.
Okay.
And I'm leaving.
So it's the benefit of not being ignorant to the contract.
All right. So Source Money writes the record for Puff.
Right.
Puff is performing it all over the world.
Yeah.
He doing the shows, sweating, doing all that.
Yeah.
Source just sat in the studio, wrote the record, got paid his fee, and that's it.
But he's seen that song make 100 times.
All right, if you pocket watching,
well, that's what everybody does, right?
But that has.
Why is it okay to pocket watch on one end and not? Maybe I don't know.
All right, so if I'm the Locks, I sold my publishing, right? Yeah. My record sells. We go gold, but we almost reaching platinum. But we, now I'm doing shows. I'm getting 5,000 a show, whatever. But it's like, yo, y'all record is moving. Y'all record is platinum now. Nah, we ain't getting no money from the record.
I can make money off of it. I sold my publishing, just like the other dude sold the publishing.
But like, say for instance, if you sold your publishing 3 years ago, and then you did your album, and you're not making no money off the album, where the money at? Oh, you already got the money 3 years ago.
Okay, you
understand what I'm saying? So it's like you worried about why I'm not getting money now.
But
I'll leave listen, it. It boils down to this: is that the music business is a very tricky business because the people who are in the lowest financial space in the pyramid are the most visible
and the most talented.
May not always be talent.
Maybe in black music though, because I don't see white artists complain. I don't see white artists complaining.
Taylor Swift just got her masters back when she was
fucking fighting
she was fighting Scooter Braun for years.
She's fighting she's actively recording and fighting for masters.
Yes,
right. She's not fighting for publishing. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Jay-Z looking for masters 20 years later after he released the record.
Right
now, Taylor Swift is actively recording, and she's asking for her masters right now.
No, she's asking for all the stuff.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that she doesn't have the amount of time in the game as these other cats that when they get their masters, it's usually down the line.
Well, the thing about that is the fact that number one, Taylor Swift has been around a very long time. She's not brand new. Taylor Swift is at least probably 15 years in the business. She's in the business a very long time. She's not a rookie. Number one. Number two is it's just when you begin to fucking smarten up about what it is you're doing.